Hey everyone, welcome to video 5 in the Christmas video series. Please give us a thumbs up if you like it and come subscribe so you don't miss anything. For our first project today, we are going to need a container that is wide enough and tall enough to fit a Christmas ornament, as well as some water. You're also going to need some Martha Stewart sea glass paint. It is a nice matte texture, as well as your clear glass bulbs and something to stir that with. Something disposable is preferable in my opinion. We're going to go ahead and put a lot of paint into the container. I ended up using the entire bottle of paint, you guys, and then adding in some water. We really want this to be super pigmented so that we get the color and the texture that we want. So as you can see, I'm adding in even more paint than I originally did, and you want to go ahead and stir that up until when you pull the fork out, or when you pull whatever you're stirring with out, there's no chunks of paint left on it. It's just really clean like you see right here, and really just smooth and well mixed. And then all we have to do is tilt our container to the side so that we can get it in a little bit further and dunk our ornament. Simple as that. Then we want to hold it up and allow things to drip off a little bit so that excess paint mixture isn't dripping all over the place. This is what it looks like after it has dried one time. And by the way, you guys, I did dry it with a clothes drying rack, just one that you can fold up and move around your house. And I had that with a trash bag underneath of it. And I did, while it was drying, I occasionally came around and just tapped it lightly with a paper towel to get any of that excess paint mixture off as well. So here I'm just showing you what it looks like after the third dip into the mixture. And then this is the fourth and final dip. I think it is so beautiful. I also did one where I dipped it in a little bit more shallow each time and didn't go all the way to the top, and wanted to show you guys what that looked like. I don't know if you can see a difference, but it was very slight. Okay, so for our next one, you are going to need some paint. Again, I'm using Martha Stewart because it works great on glass. You're also going to need some white glue and some paintbrushes. The kind that you need will vary based on the designs that you want to put on your ornament. I'm also using a dotting tool, but if you don't have one, you can use the end of your paintbrush. That's fine. I also have some glitter as well as some painter's tape. And you guys, this one is very subjective. You can do whatever you want with this one. It's just geometric shapes on an ornament. I really like to do that. So I'm taping off one area of my ornament, trying to use a lot of vertical strokes when I really adhere the tape down because it'll help it be more smooth. So just taping off one area and then applying glue to the edges first, and then just adding my glitter. So the reason we want to do the edges first is because we want to peel our tape off while the glue is still damp. We don't want it to dry all the way. If it's too dry, we might peel up our work. So let's go ahead and get the edge done first. Then we can go ahead and peel up our tape. Now you can totally leave it like this if you want to. Just leaving it with the glitter. Obviously, I'm finishing up the bottom here, but if you want to leave it like that, it's fine. I wanted to go ahead and add more of a pattern, so I'm adding this ovular. It's kind of like polka dots, except instead of doing clean polka dots, we do a little bit more of a messy oval shape, and we just kind of squiggle some lines back and forth. I think it's super cute, so just working in rows and alternating between each row so that the dots are kind of in between each other. And then when I was finished making this pattern within the tape shape, I went ahead and took the tape off and just continued that pattern all the way up to the top of the bulb. And once that's dry, it's all done. And we can move on to the next bulb. So for this one, you are going to need some faux snow. This is just the fluffy flurry version. You're also going to need some floral stems or some garland that you can snip little pieces from, as well as some needle nose pliers with wire cutters. This is a great double duty tool for us today. And we're also going to need something long and thin that we can move our stuff around with. Some tweezers might be really awesome too, but I didn't need them today. And then we are just going to add our faux snow into our bulb. I did try to make a funnel. I found that just stuffing it in there worked the best for me. Use whatever means necessary to get your snow inside. I filled mine about 1/3 of the way full, and then I'm going to begin snipping off my floral stems. You want to make sure that you're snipping things short enough that they fit inside your bulb. Otherwise, you risk breaking it if there's too much pressure inside. Sometimes the wire on the stems can just go right through the bulb, so make sure you're careful and cutting things short enough. Then we're just going to start designing our little floral stems. All you have to do is push your stems inside. I'm adding some pine tree-esque ones as well as some berries, and I did snip some individual berries off as well and put those in there. And again, like I said previously, just moving everything around with my paintbrush. I have done something similar to this on my channel before, but I used a little bit less traditional materials, so I wanted to try again. And then I just can't resist pouring some glitter on it. Of course, this is optional, so I threw some white glitter in there as well because I cannot resist the sparkle. All right, another one is done, and we can move on to our final one. This is going to be a message and an ornament. So we're going to need some small Christmas embellishments for the outside of our ornaments. I'm using these small pine cones from Michaels, as well as some green hemp. Really, you can use whatever color you want. And I'm using a 2.25 by 3 inch piece of paper. I just cut it down before filming, and then whatever you want to use to decorate that. I'm just keeping it simple with a red pen. And then we're also going to need something long, straight, and thin so that we can roll up that paper, as well as some scissors. So I'm just going to fill out this card. This is a gift for me, and I'm just putting some accomplishments from 2017 on here for the recipient. I also think a really good idea is to put baby footprints on there. I think that would be really cute. Just anything significant and cool for the message. And then we're just going to roll it around our long, thin object. And then we're just going to tie it up with a piece of our hemp. So just make a knot around there. I ended up tying it around 3 times and just snipping it off with my scissors. Once you do that, you can pop it into your ornament and we can move on to decorating the outside. So I'm going to start by kind of disassembling and reassembling my pine cone because it was a little bit big. And again, like I said, you might use something else. You might use some jingle bells or some other miniature. So just do what you need to do for this part. But I am just twisting this little arrangement that I have kind of created for myself. Just twisting those wires so that they're really secure. And then leaving lots of room on one side of the hemp so that I can tie it later. I'm going to start wrapping this cord around the top of my ornament. And then once you get to the end, we're just going to go ahead and make one kind of crisscross knot, just like the first step of tying your shoes. Then we are going to add our embellishment on there and then just tie a bow around that. So once you've got your embellishment on, just restart the steps of tying your shoes from start to finish. And the whole idea here is that you can take this apart and reassemble it so that you can see the message in the bottle. So just go ahead and tie your embellishment on really well, and then arrange your bow so that it looks nice and cute. Snip off the excess pieces from your string as well as any little wire bits hanging off from your embellishment, and that is done. Those are the 4 Christmas ornaments that we're making today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Here are some pictures of the content I've already created for Christmas. I hope that you will come hang out on my channel. Subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future Christmas videos this year. I'm wishing you a very, very happy holiday, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another Christmas video.